Well, what a day we are having when it comes to polling there. 283 seats of the 543 members of parliament. That's roughly over 50% of voting or fates of the MPs being sealed in the EVM boxes. Overall voting percentage that we are looking at in this phase, still provincial numbers, 61.45% of voting in phase 3 of this elections. Also, this particular day panned out with, on one end, the Prime Minister talking of what appeasement, and also the former Congress President Sonia Gandhi in a slugfest out there on voting day. We're going to take a look at all that angles. But before that, let's quickly get our correspondents there on the ground, helping us understand how this particular voting day has played out. Tapas joining us from Guwahati in Assam, Akshay Dongre joining us from Bhopal in Madhya Pradesh. We've got Gautam Roy joining us from West Bengal, and we've got Yogesh joining us from the Baramati region in Maharashtra. Let me first come to you, Gautam. Looking at the numbers, especially when it comes to the voting percentage, how do you see this particular phase of the election in West Bengal?
Well, hi, Anand, the numbers so far, we have the figures for 5 p.m. In these 4 seats. It was 73.93%. But voting went on till 6 p.m. So the final figures are still to come in. And if you talk about what had happened the last time in 2019, the overall poll percentage for West Bengal was 81.75%, which was marginally lower than 2014 when it had crossed 82%. So we're expecting the numbers to climb. It may as well go across 80% this time too, because we saw through the day that the voters were quite enthusiastic. They were turning up quite regularly. There were more in the morning, but it wasn't as if the numbers completely petered off in the afternoon when the heat is at its prime. But the people kept coming in, and even by 5 p.m., the arrival of voters who hadn't cast their vote by that time was just about a trickle, 1 or 2 coming every 5 or 6 minutes, and by 6 p.m. everything was closed down. So steady turnout really where I was in Murshidabad. Remember, 4 seats going to polls in this phase, and West Bengal having an election through all the 7 phases of the national elections.
Okay, let's shift to Tapas joining us from Guwahati. Tapas, the 4 seats in Assam, good numbers. Dhubri, I believe, has the maximum percentage when it comes to votes, and Guwahati, the battle between the 2 women there, purely in terms of people coming to vote, numbers not looking good. How do you sum up the 4 seats in Assam?
Well, one expected Dhubri to come out in large measure. If you take a close look at the earlier result, indication, you believe that Dhubri and Barpeta were the places where one thought that there would be highest number of voting. That's what the chief electoral officer also told us while talking, and said that the challenge will be in Guwahati, where it's a urban area. Most of the places are urbanized, and the challenge will be to tell people to come out in numbers. Just putting the numbers, the point that Gautam also put forward, the numbers that we have currently is about 75% by 5 o'clock. Now, I was there in one of the polling booths, and I was there till 6 o'clock, and there were fairly 500 to 600 people still left, to vote. The gates was closed of the particular school, but there were people still inside that particular polling booth, and they were waiting. It was taking time. There was a malfunctioning of one particular EVM machine, so it was taking time. But what I can tell you is that these are not the final numbers. One expect the numbers to go even higher. Probably not touching 80, but will be very close to the 80 mark that was there the last time around too. So that's one part of it. Again, you have to understand that in the morning, especially till let's say till noon, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, inclement weather played its part, and a lot of people were not willing to come out because it was raining, and it was raining continuously. It was not like it was stopping for a while. It was raining continuously, and people were probably thinking that let's go a little late. So one believes that and we saw there was a deluge of people coming up after, let's say, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. We saw so many people turning up. In fact, when the gate were closed at around 5 o'clock, there were still plenty of people outside. They wanted to, probably didn't know that it was they will close the gate by 5. So all this keeping in mind, one believes that the numbers will go up. Coming back to your constituents, your point of Guwahati, as I mentioned earlier, also is going to see a very heated exchange between Congress and BJP. In fact, in the 4 parliamentary seats, this is the only seat where BJP is fighting its own battle. Otherwise, in the other 3 seats, it's BJP has allied with the regional parties like AGP in 2 places, for instance, in Dhubri as well as in Barpeta, and UPPL in Kokrajhar. But it's a make or break for BJP in Guwahati, because Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah, the CM, Assam CM has all put their effort in securing this particular constituency.
Okay, let's shift focus to Maharashtra, Baramati, where we've got Yogesh Sheetal joining us. Yogesh, numbers, last provincial numbers that we've got, 53.7 in Maharashtra. All the 3 phases that Maharashtra elections we have seen, the numbers don't seem to be, or the voters don't seem to be that enthusiastic about coming out and voting. What do you see as the reasons for it, and how did the seats in Maharashtra play out today?
See, Anil, we have visited many polling booths since morning in Baramati. There are some booths where numbers were extremely good, but in some basically village rural areas, what we have witnessed that, yes, you are right, numbers may be a concern, but as also Tapish was saying, number is likely to go up because this is not the final figure and we are expecting the number will go up. And also comparing to previous elections, whether assembly elections or the parliamentary elections, the number is a bit improved in fact. Now coming to issues, as far as we know that the BJP in fact has been trying since a couple of years back, when the Lok Sabha the parliamentary, the Pravas Yatra basically was started by the top leaders. It won't be any exaggeration if I say that from the foot soldier to the top leaders, all the teams of BJP were working over time and leaving no stone unturned to secure the seat Baramati. And since Baramati, we all know that we have been discussing Baramati seats from last couple of days, that how the seats are quite important and how things will decide the future of Maharashtra assembly election also. So this time definitely there will be a lot of sleepless night by the time result is declared for NCP, both the sections, for Ajit Pawar section and for the Sharad Pawar section. Coming to other regional parties, the Shiv Sena, basically the stronghold Shiv Sena, there are many seats which are neck to neck contest between the 2 factions. So this phase was quite important, and with this phase around 50% seats of total 48 seats of Maharashtra, now the voting having completed, now the Maharashtra will go for the another 2 round of votings.
Okay, let's get Akshay on board. Akshay, Madhya Pradesh in this phase, how do you see the big wigs in the election fray? 2 former chief ministers, many union ministers. How do you see this particular election in Madhya Pradesh and the voting turnout?
Well, it was quite interesting, Anil, because if you look at the polling percentage, then in the state of Madhya Pradesh, the total polling percentage has remained above 63%, which is quite while not that great number as far as the polling percentage is concerned. But if you compare it to the last phase, where the polling percentage remained about 58%, this was quite an improvement. Now coming to the big wigs, coming to the big seats here in the state of Madhya Pradesh, in these 9 constituencies that had gone for polls, at least 4 were quite important for both the Indian National Congress and the Bharatiya Janata Party. For example, in Rajgarh constituency, which has recorded the highest number of voting percentage, above 72%, the former Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Digvijay Singh, is contesting against the incumbent Member of Parliament from the BJP. So that is one interesting seat. Another seat is Vidisha, where the polling percentage has been quite well as well, above 60%, where the former Chief Minister of the state, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, is contesting from. Then Guna has also registered quite high voting turnout. And then if you come to Bhopal as well, then Bhopal was quite an interesting seat too, where a former mayor and both of the candidates from the BJP and the Congress were new when it comes to the Lok Sabha election. But the BJP candidate has served as former mayor of the city. So yes, interesting elections. As far as these 9 constituencies are concerned, the polling percentage has gone up to, it's not that great number. 63% is still low on
Okay.
the lower side, but it is an improvement from the last time around.
Okay, I'm going to say thank you to all four of you, Tapash, Gautam, Yogesh and Akshay, joining us from different parts of the country. Appreciate all of you joining us, giving us the latest updates there on the Great Indian Election.